In 2024, we are seeing so much prophecy fulfilling before our eyes. When we look around the world and we see all of the things that are happening, we all come to the conclusion that study prophecy that things are escalating at a very, very fast rate. You know, in scripture, Jesus gave us, many things that would happen leading to his return. But, some of the warnings he gave was that certain things would happen in the heavens or in the skies as we look up. And, as we're drawing into October at the moment, we're seeing so many different signs happening. What I wanted to do was to show you some of these. I came across one guy who really compacts it into all of the different signs that are happening and some of the significance that these events have in terms of biblical prophecy, but also something major that's happening in the US at the moment, which really we should be praying for people in this area, what they call a once in a lifetime storm. And together, when we see these things correlating, we know that we're drawing very, very near. What I'll ask you to do is to watch this in full to get the full context, but also smash the like button so that someone who does not know Christ may come to the understanding of who Christ truly is. But in terms of the signs and what these mean, have a listen to this for yourself.
October 2024, astrological events and biblical connections. October 2024 is a month filled with remarkable astrological events. Starting on October 2nd, we have the new moon, coinciding with the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and one of the holiest days. This month, we will witness the Star of Jacob asteroid, a Ring of Fire eclipse, the Draconids meteor showers, asteroid 2024 PT5, and 2 novas. In the book of Revelation, chapters 12 to 14, describe 7 signs in heaven, including a woman, a dragon, and 2 beasts. Could these events link to this? The Star of Jacob will be visible, a sight not seen since the time of Jesus. The Suchinshun Atlas Comet, also known as C2023 A3. This impressive display will be visible across various regions, including Europe, the United States, and parts of the Southern Hemisphere. Comet C2023 A3 will come closest to Earth on October 12th, at just 44 million miles away. If it doesn't break apart, it will be easily visible. First spotted in China in January 2023, the comet appears to have 2 tails, one white and the other blue. The best time to observe it is right after sunset in the area of the constellation Ophiuchus. Just before the comet approaches Earth, the Draconids meteor shower will begin on October 6th, peaking the next night with about 10 shooting stars per hour. Meanwhile, the Orionids meteor shower will peak on October 21st, offering twice as many shooting stars. October 17th will also feature a full moon, a supermoon. Quite a busy month for astrological events and possible biblical connections.
To me, when I kind of watched this for the first time, it really brought me to Luke, to where Jesus told me that, men's hearts will fail them from fear that there'll be, astrological events happening in the heavens, and then obviously the roarings of the seas on earth that's going to take place. At the moment, we're seeing certain things that are happening around the world that are really bringing these scriptures to light. I believe that we are the generation that will see the promised return of Christ. But in terms of what's happening at the moment, there's one particular storm that looks like it's going to make landfall soon, and we're praying for the people there. Have a look at this storm that's just about to hit in the coast of Florida.
Milton is now a hurricane category 1, and as it travels to Florida, which it will be landing on Wednesday, October 9th, it will go from a 2 tomorrow, a 3 Tuesday, and possibly even a 4+ by the time it lands. It will be hitting a majority of Florida, but the panhandle looks to be safe. There will be extreme storm surge all along the Gulf Coast of Florida. Please share this with everyone that is living in Florida and possibly still Georgia and South Carolina, because this projection is showing it south of there, but yesterday's was showing it going into Georgia and possibly South Carolina. I also ask that you pray for everybody in these affected areas because they are still suffering from Hurricane Helene's devastation. And this will be affecting places that Hurricane Helene didn't hit. I will keep you updated, but also follow your local weather, the Weather Channel, and any weather apps and radars that you have. And please evacuate if evacuation orders come out for you. Follow for more, and I will keep you updated on this as it comes. October 9th, Wednesday.
When we look at these things, You know, for me, I look at this with a sense of anticipation and excitement, but also there's a part of me that's, you know, fearful for family or friends that may not be saved, but know and to tell them people that now is the time that Christ is there. We do not have to wait till things get to its worst, that he can be found now. You know, the promise that he gave us, that through Christ, that we can have a life and life with more abundancy through him. But in terms of the prophetic, we're seeing it happening at such a fast rate. You know, even conversations I'm having with family members and uncles at a wedding, it's almost, we can feel that it's almost about to explode. It's the only words that we can use. But you know, we're still in that period of time, that bit of grace that we have left to get the gospel out. Yes, we're seeing all the signs in the skies, and that scripture would tell us would happen. We're seeing obviously the physical side of things on earth, where things just are looking out of control in Europe and America, just all types of events, weather and natural disaster. Now, knowing me, I've told you before, you know, man has its own hand in some of these things that are happening, but I believe that a lot of these are signs of judgment from God. What we have to be doing is to be preparing people. And you know, there's many of us on YouTube and many different platforms that would class themselves as watchmen. We just look at the signs and get them out to you. Go to scripture as your main source. Never believe what you've been told at not just face value, not as someone's trying to deceive you, but always just go to scripture as the main source when you hear someone talking. What I would say, know that Christ can be found today. To anyone listening who does not know Christ and is worried about the things that are happening around the world, it's not just a coincidence what's happening. Know that people have been saying it for many years, and they'll say that for thousands of years. And in other videos I've covered that we're lucky enough to be that generation that's seeing some major signs that could only happen now, and we know we're drawing close. But remember, regardless of all the chaos that's going on in the world, God's always in control, and keep the faith.